Hello and welcome to Life Clarifications with Natasha. And I am grateful to be here with you. And I'm trying to figure out something here on Instagram uh, that that is they want me to do now, and it's not working out the way I want it to. So come on, just go to live. Create another in your podcast. I don't want to. So here we go. There we go. Okay, so just had to go backwards. Oh, ain't that a metaphor? Okay, so hi, I'm Natasha Venter, medium intuitive personal awareness life coach. And I am one who is, I love helping everyone go through what they're needing to go through. And as I go through this, and it was so funny. I apologize being for a few seconds later here, but yet it all works out for the better good. You know why? Because if I didn't see that, to go backwards, to go forwards. And this is what I like to do is see what's in the bigger picture here. So sometimes we have to go backwards to go frontwards. And I was going to talk about manifestation today, if I could say that word. And I know that manifestation for many is one of those things that we struggle with because of the fact that we all are in this moment of navigating through so many negative things. And, this is where I want to just put out there that, even though we have a war going on across, well, it's not really necessarily across the world for some of us, but yet it is across the world. And hi on Instagram there, that, as we're going through life and managing our life, that, we have these things that come up all the time. And my prayers, my love, I constantly think of the people of Uruguay. Because of the fact that they are going through something that they did not foresee in their life. They did not foresee this energy, I'm going to call it, so I want to take the personalities out of it, this energy deeming their right on somebody else's will. And whatever perspective you have, right for, not left for, whatever it is, that when we are trying to get somewhere in life, we always have life getting in the way from us. And, that's at least the perception, right? Is that we feel like we have these things that always get in our way. Yet, just like me, when I was getting on Instagram, it said for me to bring somebody into my chat room or whatever. And when I wanted to go live, well, all I had to do is push the back button, right? So as we're going forward and as we're managing life, and thank you everyone who is watching me today. I am so grateful because I want to be here to help you go through life. And manifesting our life is not always coming out the way we want it to, right? I can tell you, me personally, everything that I manifested for, well, in a way, did or did not come true. And at least in my perspective. Now, I can say to you, though, that when life has been coming forward with me, that I've always been taken care of. And that's the thing that I want everyone to look at right now. If you can, look back in your life and say, you know what, that if I would have worked with the universe, truly, was I taken care of? Was I truly taken care of? Now, many of you see this room that I'm sitting in and think, oh, she is so blessed. Well, yes, I feel blessed. I totally feel blessed. I can also tell you that this Mother Mary over my shoulder here, she came to me in a thrift store for $3. The angel sitting next to her, a friend gave to me. Those wings, a friend gave to me. This picture of, over that, the other way, the other finger the other way, there we go, that way, there we go. That picture right there. Sorry, even Jesus says, Natasha, give up meditation because I have a hard time with getting myself righted here. Um, that, things just come to me magically. Things have always come to me. Now, I have had to spend a little money on certain things, yes, but things come to me magically because of the fact that they're meant to be in my life. And that's what manifestation is really, if you really look at it, is what is meant to be in my life. Oh, that's a concept, isn't it? I didn't even know I was going to say that today because I'm letting the conversation be guided here. That manifestation is really what is supposed to be in my life. And when we really think about it, the manifestation, when things are supposed to be in my life, or our life, or the life, or whatever you want to call it, it actually becomes a synchronicity, right? Just like a statue of Mother Mary that's on the other side of the room here, that my husband was walking her through Rite Aid, and he said, she just said, you need to bring me home. And he's not at all into my world. Well, he is getting more and more, married 30 years. He has no choice. But he just said, she needs to come home. And I went, thank you. Because she was meant to be in my life. Now, that doesn't mean that this statue here doesn't mean anything to me. But she's over here. And guess what? I found a Jesus that stands the same height. And they stand together, Mother Mary and Jesus over here. And if I was to show you the picture or move my camera, it would be a rat's nest. So I'm not going to do that. But when we're meant to have something in our life, it does. And I'm going to say that even challenges, because those challenges in our lives, when we work with them, they actually can bring out the better in us. And that's the thing about manifestation is that really looking at what is supposed to be in my life. Now, we can pull in the negative just as well as we can pull in the positive. We can pull in the life experiences, or we can pull in the trauma. And there's nothing, I'm not saying anything bad about drama in our lives, because there is drama, or the trauma that drama causes. It's real, it's aspect. And please, if anybody has a comment, please comment on what this is. A conversation, and I love to have conversations. So if you have a comment that you would like to do, and if you're watching on Twitter, I am sorry that I cannot get your comments for some reason. It's just the way that their app works. And so if you can go over to my my YouTube page, Natasha Venter, I can get comments from there. So with that as we're going through this manifestation also isn't about money and things. It's actually about how to be ourselves. How to be ourselves. Now, we can call in people for, like, let's say if we own a business, we can call in, I really would wish for this. Like a doctor, a doctor can manifest, I want patients. I want patients. So what did they actually call in was patience, needing to learn the lesson of patience, and while having clients or the patients not come in. See how the universe kind of teasingly works with us? And that's the thing about life is that we never know what we're truly manifesting. And a lot of us are manifestors. I would call it 90% of us can be manifestors. Manifestors to me are, if you think it, you receive it. You think it, you receive it. And it's not necessarily a snap of the fingers, but then at the same time, it is that, well, if I want a new car and you manifest a new car, well, here goes your other car and it breaks down, and then you end up having to get a new car. So you manifested that, right? Ooh, isn't that scary? What we thought, what we think we may receive. What we think we may receive. So a lot of us, in a way, are manifesting some of that navigation of pain, ache, trauma, drama, ups and downs, unworthiness, unsuccessfulness. Because if we're talking all the time about being not successful, I'm so unsuccessful. Oh my gosh, why am I so down on myself? Why am I not getting anything? I'm so unsuccessful. Well, what do you keep thinking about? You keep thinking about being unsuccessful. And when we're human, I'm going to say that we constantly have a navigation with our language. Even me, with having to figure out how to manifest, right? So Sue on my YouTube channel, thank you, Sue, for watching there. My favorite destination of manifestation is having what you need when you need it. Oh, I like that. My favorite definition, thank you, dyslexia here. My favorite definition of manifesting is having what you need when you need it. Very well said. Thank you, Sue. Because it is that I know for me that when I ask for something, I ask for it in its greater time and in its better format for me. Okay. That when we're going through life and managing our life, things are always going to be in front of us. Okay. So, Veronica, thank you very much for chiming in here. I'm a manifestor generator. What exactly does that mean? So a manifestor generator, yes. So a manifestor generator, so you're talking about human design in a way. And that is a magical aspect. I know someone who, Janet Hickox from living-astrology.com is a great astrologer who she does human design, gene keys, and astrology. And she looks at astrology in a very magical way. And in human design, a manifestor generator. So you are someone who manifests and generates it. And I know that many of us, when we are in that scenario, now what I would look at is, what is your theme? Is it victim, or is it grace, or what is that other title that's down there? Because that would be the theme of your manifesting generator. If you're looking at a piece of paper that shows your human design, Veronica. Oh shoot, I don't have my booklet in here that has that information. It's all in the other room. It shows what human design is. So with that going through and manifesting, look at what you're thinking first. That is the first key to manifesting. Oh, you lost yours. Yes. Veronica says, I lost mine. Yes, you, but it's easy to get one. And actually, I can maybe get it for you. I think I'm still signed up that I can get it for you. I know also that if you go to Janet Hickox, living-astrology.com, that she can actually give you a chart too. And I think she gives it, don't quote me on this, but check it out. She may give you I think she gives something out in that moment. But I think I can get it for you. So scrolled here. Sorry on that comment there. So with that as we're going forward, did you get a chance while I was kind of talking about what Veronica said about I lost mine, that what we think we may receive. So be careful of what you think. And I know this stems our languages, our conversations, our whatever we think about stems back from things we've learned in our past, in our humanness. So if we came from a family that was pretty angst up, I'm going to call it, or having troubles with positive thinking, we learned that. And many, I'm going to say probably 99% of us have lived in very um, negative thinking based homes or areas. And when we live in those, what is the first language that we go to when we get into trouble? We go to that negative talk. Now, I'm going to tell you, sticky notes are your best friend when you're wanting to manifest. Because of the fact that if you see it, you can read it, you can believe it, and you can receive it. And I'm not going to say that you're going to receive everything that you ask for. I'm going to say that because of the fact that many times when we're receiving something, if we really look at how the universe gives it to us, it's for our greater good, right? Now, I know this home that I'm received and the things I have received in it, it came at a cost. It came at a moment. It came at a moment where I know that I was manifesting. I've always had this dream, and I know I shared this with my dad. I always shared a dream of wanting to live inside a town, but yet outside with a little bit of space. I've always wanted a farmhouse, detached garage. I didn't necessarily want a shop, but yet I could have a shop. I wanted a farm, a front porch, and I also wanted a little bit of land. Guess what I got? I got it. I got a detached garage, a farmhouse inside a town at the edge of it, and I have a farm. I have a nice front porch that's like a farmhouse front porch, right? Well, guess what? My dad passed away 3 years before we moved into this house. And I think I have a knowing that he said, Natasha, here's a house for you. And he gave it to me. He actually helped in energy outside because of the fact that at the same time that we were buying this house, my mom was sick with Lou Gehrig's disease. And actually where I'm sitting right now was her bed, her hospital bed, at that window coming this way. And she paid for a little half of this house too. So with that in the moment of needing something greater, because we needed a house that had 2 bedrooms for my kids, a bedroom for me and my husband, and a space for my mom that she can be in a wheelchair, because we didn't know how long she was going to live. My dad said, I'm going to take care of the 2 girls that I love so much, and gave us this house. Because my dad and my mom were married for almost 32 years, and my mom and dad were happily married within reason of life and living together. There was little ups and downs, but nothing major because they had such acceptance for each other. There's these moments where we go through life and we really need something. We really need something. And that's where I ask. And that's where Sue's conversation about how my favorite definition of manifestation is having what you need when you need it. Because I can tell you that when I have called out to the universe, that there's a reason for what I'm needing, that I have received something that will help. I'm not going to say it was my definition of what I needed, because my definition was limited in the human form that I saw what I needed. Yet at the same time, what I received was the universe's version of what I needed, which was greater than me. Just like when I was taking care of my mom and I was calling in someone who can take care of my mom with me, because I was getting a lot of people coming in that they weren't trustworthy, or my mom didn't trust them to be carrying her, or whatever it is, that I called in someone who can help my mom and give us grace. I think my universe, that I call it, gave me an angel of a caretaker. And my mom loved the way she picked her up. Loved the way she helped navigate the day. She was actually able to do things that you didn't even think about, conversations with my mom that I could never think about having because of the fact that mother-daughter, I ended up having to be mom at that time when my mom was sick. Manifesting, manifesting. When we're manifesting, write it down. Write it down. So when you're manifesting, you can write down something like, I'm going to write it down. And I always write things down like I'm writing a goal. This or something better, and I write my full name. I write my full name. So that would be my first, my middle, and my last, and my maiden name, because I'm married and I want to claim all of me. This or something better. And then I also say this or something better in divine time, divine timing, and human timing as soon as possible. So that's what I write at the top here. This or something better. Okay. Keep your words as positive as you can, right? Keep things as positive as you can. I am receiving blessings of clientele. Oh, I want to add in more of paying clientele. Paying clientele. Because when you're wanting to have clientele, like for me with a business, I want to add in that extra little bit so that I know that, like, I can have lots of clientele. Heck, I do all the time. I help a lot of people. Yet at the same time, though, it's nice to have that breath in, breath out. So I help, let it come to me to be helpful so I can help more, right? So paying clientele, let's say. Or if you're looking to have food in your refrigerator, right? Or a home. Let's go to a home. I am asking for a home that will give me blessings while being there. Good blessings while being there. I'm receiving a home that is in my budget, that it lets me expand so I can do other things. I'm asking for a home that's easy to get to and easy to come from. I'm asking for a home that is in a safe place. I'm asking for a home that I can stay in for as long as possible in the human timing that I'm supposed to be there. I'm asking for a home that gives me the feel of do you see how I'm saying I'm receiving, I'm asking, so that when you're receiving, you can receive anything in that category. Because you may receive a home that is more than you ever thought of. But you give a baseline because you can receive more. And you never know, right? You may never know how you get this home that is magically here for you. Just like for me, wanting a car. I was needing a car. My car was the one I was driving was feeling like I was needing to. It was going to need a lot of money. So what did I do? I asked for a car. I asked for a car that would be comfortable for me to drive, safe for me to drive. It would be one that is in my budget, that I can pay for in my budget, that has room for my children and me. And at the time, it was where I had younger kids. That is comfortable for my husband. My husband's 6 foot, right? That has great tires, a great engine that can go on forever. That handles, my car will handle well in the rain and snow. We live in an area that rains a lot, so we get a lot of water on the road sometimes. Now, what did I get? I got an executive model of a car that was a Subaru, so it handles really well. I got it to where it only had like 30,000 miles on it because it was an executive model. So with that, it was a brand new car because the executor had to take care of it really well. And it wasn't brand new, so it didn't get it didn't, fall apart. Um, Subarus are known to have great motors that last for miles and miles and miles. And I know for me, watching a couple of my friends get in accidents with Subarus, it handles really well on the highway. So with that manifesting. Now, what I had to do was when I had it, I had to make sure that the universe, I need money to pay for this car. You gave me this car. I need this car. And so as I was buying the car, the funny thing is that in the middle of winter, November, December, in between we had to walk from one room to another in the dealership. There was a white feather in the middle of the room. And I knew the angels were helping me with this car. And that's the thing is if you know that you're worthy and you can receive something, hello there on Instagram. Thank you. We're talking about manifestation. And I know there's a couple new people that popped in. So thank you very much. That when we're manifesting, remember what you think is what you're going to receive. So be careful what you think of. Now, when I went through that little mantra about how this or something better for me, how I am worthy of receiving this gift. And we talked about having a home, right? I'm receiving a home that I'm comfortable in. I am receiving a home that is within my budget so that I can do other things in addition. This home is clean and airy. This home is in an area that it feels safe to me and is safe in reality. Do you see how I am adding positive words in there? Because what's the difference between I am receiving or I am asking for? You know? So when we're thinking about what we're saying to ourselves. Now, I said earlier, your sticky notes are your best friend when you want to receive something. As manifesting is not all about money. Manifesting is like right now, I'm manifesting enjoyment in my life. So I have a sticky note that says, I am worthy of having enjoyment with my friends, my business, and my food. Because right now I'm going through a lot of food sensitivities. And a lot of the foods I love are being taken away because my enjoyment's not there. So I am manifesting enjoyment. And that's the thing is that don't stop with wanting money and business. Because of the fact I can tell you, me manifesting enjoyment is a ripple effect all the way around my life. How I interact with my friends, how I interact with my other navigation of a job, how I interact with my animals. It is everywhere in my life. And if we enjoy what we're doing, what are we in? We're in the synchronicity because we're in laughter, we're in enjoyment, we're in bring it to me mode, which brings life to us, for us, with us. Now, if we sit here and why isn't the life giving me? Why do I always get the worst things in life? I'm always the bad guy and always looked down on. Nothing ever comes to me. I have a curse around me. Well, cancel, clear, delete that. I don't want any of that. But if we sit here like this, what are we manifesting? Now, some people are lucky and manifest. They manifest no matter what they are because that's not their story, right? They're in this lifetime to maybe learn less gluttony. So going through life and managing our life, it's interesting to see what we're truly manifesting. Now, I'm going to ask you, put the mirror in front of you and see What are you manifesting? What are you responsible for bringing in? Now, that doesn't mean to, beat yourself over the head, right? It's not about beating yourself over the head when you are manifesting things in negativity. Hi there on Instagram. Thank you for watching. So we're talking about manifestation. So many of us, when we are going through life, what we think is what we're receiving, and many of us punish ourselves for thinking the wrong thing. Live and learn it. Live and do better. Live and do nicer for yourself, because you're worthy of having a good life, right? You're worthy of having a good life. And when we're constantly thinking negative, we're going to bring in that negativity to us. And as Sue Snyder earlier said, my favorite definition of manifestation is having what you need when you need it. And I can tell you, when I fall into the synchronicity of life, I connect. I want to answer the question. Hi, Jacob, or Bob. 6113, Bob. If you want to ask a questions, please do, because I am a medium and an intuitive person. And keep the questions legal, though, please. That as we go through life and manifesting life, that when we're going through what we're going through, many of us are manifesting. We're manifesting the drama and the trauma, because that's what we've learned that we're worthy of. That we're worthy of. Because many of our parents or family members or friends did not know better to do better. Right? They didn't know better to do better. And I understand too that many of us come from homes that didn't do very well. There's many of us, lovingly said, live in projects, lived in the homes that the government had to reimburse us, right? I know for me that if it wasn't for my grandparents selling my mom and dad their home, they probably wouldn't have had a home. So with that as we're going through life, that when we're going into this energy of what do we want, we have to think, we have to know that we're more than what we've grown up with. We're worthy of having something more. And that's coming down to feeling worthy and feeling like I am worthy. I'm out of shame. I'm not shameful of receiving something, right? Shameful for being who we are. It's okay if you're better than your neighbor. And I'm not calling it better or worse. I'm calling that if you are living in the projects and you feel that you're worthy and you're able to live your life to being happier and more cleaner and more productive and more, that's okay. If that other person stays, and I'm just going to name it, the alcoholic that they are, or whatever scenario that they've fallen into, it's okay that you rise up. And I would ask that you look down and not look down on somebody else, but look into who that person is and say, I wish you better. I wish you better, but you got to do it for you too. Because when we're manifesting, what we're thinking is what we're receiving. And one thing that I'm going to go in now for another story is that when we're manifesting, how do we manifest? What do we call in to manifest? Ooh, that's a trick, isn't it? What do we call in to manifest? Okay, the tools that I use are, when I'm manifesting, is that I ask my angels. My loving angels that help me every day, I ask my angels, please help me receive. And when I'm doing that, I'm just going to name it my clientele. Okay. When I'm doing my mediumship and my intuitive work, my personal awareness life coaching that I do, that I'm calling in the clientele, right? Well, I ask the angels to call in those people that really want to have help, who want to work with me, who can be their greater selves if they would wish to be, and let me help them get there. Let me be the help to be the bridge to get from point A to point B in their life. So I ask the angels. I also ask the fairies. Do you know why I talk to the fairies about this? Because of the fact that the fae are on the ground. They are ground beings. Well, some of them are flying, kind of like Tinkerbell does, but many of them are interactive. And I would rather have them have a job than be bored. Because right now that a bored fairy is a mischievous fairy. And I'm fae or elemental or the those energies that can help us, right? That's a belief system. If you don't believe in fairies, they'll come and tell you that they're real, actually, probably. So manifest. Another thing that can happen too is that if you have stones like citrine or amethyst, what's another one? There's a few other stones out there that help with prosperity. I use citrine a lot because I love citrine stone. I don't have citrine, but it kind of can look like this. This is smoky quartz. I don't have any. Citrine can kind of look like this, but this is just a agate. I'm looking through my stones here that I have. I don't have any citrine that's handy, I don't think. But citrine can be one of those stones that can help. It's a prosperity stone. So you put it in your prosperity corner if you're feng shuiing. And so when you're feng shuiing, so this is your door, this is your prosperity. Relationship. And I didn't spell that right, but that's okay. Okay, excuse the spelling. But in feng shui, the kind I do, so if this is your door, the far corner here is your prosperity corner. So that would be your left side of the room when you're walking into it, would be your prosperity corner. So if you put citrine in that corner with a plant that likes to grow out, like a Christmas cactus or a spider plant, because spiders are, the spider plant makes babies, so it's adding on. Another thing you can do is I don't want to pick up that plant, like an ivy plant here that's on my corner here. So the ivy that's here, let me turn this a little bit. There we go. That ivy plant right there. That if you put plants like that in your prosperity corner and you put things that are alive and moving, citrine is a great plant or stone because of the fact that it's, for one, it takes negativity and puts it into positive. And it's actually I would put it in your left hand to bring it in for prosperity. Now, the one thing that I know when I've been working with citrine is that it hasn't always brought money to me. It's brought me a healthier relationship with my husband. It's also brought in a healthier moment with this house. It's brought in other things that are for me to have prosperity in, right? And as we're going through life, sorry, got things kind of cockeyed there, that as we're going through life and managing our life, that manifesting is something that is we can have and move forward, but take away the limitations of it. take away the limitations of it. Because when we take away our boxes, this is what I want, this is the only thing I want, da 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 da. I want it in this nice round box. I want it all that I can have. Well, the universe is going to say that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. Because of the fact that when we limit the universe with our manifestation, because of the closed-in thinking, we're going to lose so many blessings. I manifested a wonderful man to live with. And he actually, with getting sober, created this really wonderful relationship we have now that is way beyond anything that I manifested. Because of the fact that as we're manifesting, as I manifested my relationship that I wanted with a man in my life, that actually the universe knew more what I was worthy of receiving. And I know for you, Veronica, that you have manifested your spiritual room and blessings with your relationship. So you received a puppy. You received the spiritual room. You received more of a grace that I've heard you say with your loving husband. And Sue, you manifested great healing in your life. Great healing. And now that your life is starting to come where your child is getting a little bit older, that it's time for you to take care of you in a different way. So you're manifesting other things in your life, right? So going forward in your life and moving forward, think as positive as you can. And know that you're worthy of receiving it. Know that you're worthy of receiving it. And bigger than it is. So like I said, when you're wanting a house, I'm wanting a house that feels great when I move into it. It is within my budget where I can do other things too. I'm asking for a home that is comfortable and is healthy in its own right. That it's in a safe place in town or out of town, because it could be in the country. I want a job that pays for this living expenses that I have. I have this job that I want, that I feel so good when I have it, that it sings to my soul doing it. And if not, it's something I can manage. I'm asking for the wisdom for me to be able to walk in my life, to do the better I can. So as we're going through life and knowing these things that we're doing, that we are all in this prospect of wanting something better. Now, I can tell you that doing the work that we do, many of us are at the end of our roads with our jobs, right? Many of us are. And we want to manifest something else happening. But we can't leave the job that we have because of the monies. So manifest. I want a job that creates love in my life, that brings sunshine into my day, that adds laughter and fun into my day. I want a job that is easy to get to. I'm asking for a job that fulfills my life. And I can tell you that sometimes that understanding of manifesting can actually bring in sometimes not even a new job, but your job can change. Maybe a manager all of a sudden leaves and a new manager comes in that brings in this energy, right? Or you get a new coworker that comes in that's laughter and giggles. So even there's drama and trauma in your job, that many times that we can bring in this balance. We can bring in the balance, make things more doable, as I call it, make things more doable. And the one thing that I say to me when I am struggling with something is I align with its energy. I align with its energy because I'm manifesting more grace in my life. Even though I'm going to have some ups and downs, that's part of life, I'm manifesting grace and ease in my life, which means I'm becoming more in alignment and being more cohesive with what's around me. I have communion in my life with what's interacting and going in and out. Being a part of who we are is getting along with our life. And if we're always sitting here, how is life going to get along with me? Right? So be at peace with where you're at, and love be with you. And now, since it's about 15 minutes, I am going to pull some cards. So I'm going to do some quick card readings for people if you would like. I today I was at a fair this weekend, so I have my stuff in my box. So I'm going to do this fairy deck. Okay. I am going to do, sorry, Veronica, I'm not going to pull out your fairy deck because of the fact of time. I am going to do this angel deck. So simple angels. And I am going to pull out the wisdom of the oracle cards that I have from Claudette Baron Reed. The rest are from Doreen Virtue, which she's not making cards anymore. So if you would like a card, please put in which one you would like. Instagram, you can do the same thing. So it's the oracle cards, which basically will be animals, path words, that kind of thing. And so you can call in some cards. Wisdom of the Oracle, Bev. Hi, Bev. How are you doing? Okay. So what I'm going to ask you, Bev, thank you for chiming in, that if you can put in a thought, what are the cards that you would like? And guess what I found? I finally found my book this weekend. I've been manifesting finding this book. Guess what? I had to go to a fair to pull it out. So now I can read what the cards mean. So let's see. Let me see if they're long readings, not too long. Okay. That's the reason why I'm not doing the other fairy decks. The fairy messages, I can actually call and read those too. Okay. So this is the fairy deck, the angel cards, or the wisdom of the oracle. Okay. So wisdom of the oracle for Bev. So Bev, put out some thoughts of what you would like. Ooh, deep question, I think you're asking. And if it's about the mail are you thinking about the mail? Are you thinking about a mail? The mail will be okay if you're thinking about a mail. So Bev, I finally set up a reminder. Manifestation is my gig. I'm glad to be reminded of what I needed. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Diana Fulner. Thank you for coming in and watching. You are so Diane. Oh, the fairy deck. Yes, I will. Okay, so Bev, our oracle cards here. Don't want to get too distracted here because it's all about intention. Okay, so this card here keeps the wasp. Oh, what a gift of a card. The wasp. Many of us don't like wasps, but actually they're quite magical. So it says anger, relationship, and jealousy. Anger, relationship, and jealousy. Resolution. Sorry about that. Resolution. And jealousy. Anger, jealousy. So with that, okay, so that is 21, the wasp. The wasp is about anger. It's also about intention. So sometimes when we anger a wasp, it keeps coming back, right? So how can we work with our inner anger? How can we work with the anger around us? So if somebody's angry around you, how much do you poke at them to keep things angry? Maybe we need to walk away and navigate that differently. So 21. Wasp. Okay. The wasp has a stinger that hurts with with poison when confronted. Be mindful of how you address the world when a wasp appears on your path. If you're not careful, you may sting or be stung. The wasp reminds you that pain is a choice. So don't waste your stinger on the petty quarrel. Are you jealous or envious or a victim of someone who is? Jealousy and envy are the children of fear and lack. Send love, light, compassion, and stay clear of the stinger. Mind your own business today and save it for the life-ending situations. Chances are that whatever comes up today is smaller than you perceive it to be in the grand scheme of things. On the other hand, when you feel the sting of a wasp, be smart and swat it away. Defend yourself. Wasp spends an omen of warning to protect yourself as well. So, with that, I hope that helps you, because I know right now that there's a lot of people that are angry with what's going on in the world. We're angry at something. So receive that, let that anger go in positive places. In positive places. I hope that helps, Bev. Thank you very much. Okay. So Sue, just mention which one you would like. So Diane, the fairy ones, the fairies. Okay, so Diana, go ahead and put an intention of what you would like. Get a drink here real quick here. Remember on Instagram, if you're there, if you would like a card, please put in which one you want. I can do this too with you. Give a card reading. Intention, Diana. Sorry about that with the names. Sorry, sweeties. My dyslexia has been triggered lately, so I'm interacting with it instead of being angry at it. Okay, intention. Okay, intention. There we go. Feel connected now. So I'm pulling a card that is singing to me. Oh, daughter. So the answer to your question involves your daughter. And if this card doesn't make sense, that's okay. Use it out of hardship. Yes. Okay, so let's read daughter. Got to get to the D's. D-A-U. Daughter. Okay. And I saw the deck card, so I'm going to pull that one too, just because I feel like that maybe that could be our universal card, because we're talking about manifestation here. Okay, so daughter, answer your question involves your daughter. This card signifies that a female who is younger than yourself, most likely your daughter, is pivotal in the answer of your question. She is very intuitive and knows how to help you, no matter how young she is. Spend extra time with your daughter to strengthen your bond and be open to your heart to the profound love between parent and child. As your relationship with your daughter fills your heart, your entire life benefits. Additional meanings to this card is person who is like your daughter to you needs your attention right now. An unborn baby's girl's soul is sending love to you. A female child in heaven is with you like an angel. Focus upon healing the parent-daughter relationship. Allow your inner child to play and enjoy him or herself. That one might be more for you right now. Have your inner child be more playful. Give any worry about your daughter to heaven, who's watching over her. You'll receive a message from your parents if they are female. So with that, I hope that helps. Actually, Diane has one more card that's coming out here. Easy does it. Easy does it is the next card that came for you. So easy does it. Stop trying so hard to control everything, and all the doors will open for you soon. Oh, isn't that a manifestation? Stop trying so hard. Perfect manifestation idea. Stop trying so hard to control everything, and all doors will open for you. Because the more that we try, the more we want, the more we hold on to things, the more things get strangled. I had this image one time of holding I think it was a guinea pig or a hamster. And I was trying to hold it, and it was squirming, trying to get out, trying to get out. And I kept holding it tighter and tighter and tighter. And pretty soon it was squirming so hard, and I just released it a little bit. And I started rocking it. And as I released it a little bit, I started falling asleep. But my hands were open, right? And as I had to get up and get something done, I was rocking it, and I was asleep. But as I got up, I was cradled it a little bit more caringly, not too tight. This is an image I got. That as I got up and I went down to look, and I opened up, and it was a dove. So the things that we hold on too tight, metaphorically, are the things that we strangle. We don't let it grow. But if we let it be what it's supposed to be, let it transform where it's supposed to be, and then let it go, it turns into what it's supposed to be, which is greater than what we think it is. So stop trying so hard, and you will get in the flow. Okay, so anyone is good. Thank you, Sue. I will do that. Okay, so which one is calling for you, Sue? Oracle? Okay, I heard the word oracle. Okay, oracle. I just said this morning, Deanna, I just said that this morning to my boss. Why do I hold on to all the weight of our center? Yeah. Oh, isn't that a tricky one? Why do we hold on to other people's stuff that we are not responsible for? That's where that mantra, I trust, I release and I trust, I release and I trust. I'm manifesting equal caring of the position or of this business. I'm asking for equal intention of carrying the responsibilities of this position. Ooh, isn't that a good mantra? I'm asking for equal intention of carrying the responsibilities of this position or of this business or of this building. I hope that helps, Deanna. I hope that helps. Okay, so with Sue. Okay, so Sue, it was the fairy deck, the angel deck, and the wisdom of oracle, and I felt the oracle ones for you. And if you don't ask for a card, any of these are a message for you, because there's a part of us and all of us that can really use this message. Okay, for Sue. Okay, there we go. Woo, let's slow down. There we go. Birth to rebirth. Oh, that's perfect for you, Sue. Birth to rebirth. Birth to rebirth. I love that. And what I'm proud of you, what many of us, when we're going through changes, I love this card, actually. I love this deck. It's an older deck of theirs, and I love the way it is. Because if we look, the birth to rebirth process, there's that little hyphen there, right? That little hyphen. And many of us going from the birthing process, the knowing of what we want to do, that we stand in that hyphen and go, I don't know where to go next, instead of just moving through it, following the guides of the universe, moving through what we're needing to do to the rebirth process. The rebirth process. And Sue, anytime you could be done with this Kundalini energy that you're going through, and it's that interaction like we talked about many times. So the birth to rebirth. Let's see what it wants to say. 55. The 5. Looking up what the 5 means, but 50, 50, 50, 50. Okay. Inspiration and new life is here. Rejoice, for spring is in our air, and you're beginning again. This marker bodies well for you. I am going to start all over again and push the reset button. Okay. Inspiration and new life are here. Rejoice, for spring is in the air, and you're beginning again. This marker bodies well for any new project, endeavor, relationship, or idea to take shape, to rebirth in this world. It is also reminds you that anything old and painful can be brought forth and transformed in a new and caring, positive way. This marker reminds you that the process leading up to the birth can feel cumbersome, restrictive, painful, never-ending. Yet the final shift brings extraordinary gifts of new life, new vision born of surrender, the total release. Know that you've come far and are at a place of celebrate your ideas and all things new. This card asks that you align yourself with the mystery of spirit, true source of creative energy and power. None of us are inspired without a suitable or profound influence of the soul's longing or the urging of the divine. Remember the prayer. Make me the channel of divine creativity. Use me as an instrument of the higher will. Watch the miracles unfold. Wow. I think that is a great card for all of us. The birth to rebirth process. Thank you, Sue, for having me read for you. I am grateful. The birth to rebirth process. And remember, as you're going, don't get stuck on that hyphen and get wobbly. Keep believing, keep manifesting. I am able to keep moving. I am manifesting energy to keep myself motivated. Write that on a sticky note. I am requesting and I am in alignment with energy to keep myself moving. Manifestation. Whew. It's amazing what we're thinking. That can either help us or stop us. Blessings to you all. My hour is now done and it came by quickly. I hope everybody enjoyed this conversation. If you caught it at the end, please rewatch. It's on YouTube, my Natasha Venter YouTube channel. It's also, I will share it again on Instagram. So it's on my page, Natasha Venter 11, or it's on Facebook, Natasha Venter /Angelic Clarifications. I am here on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock Pacific time, doing a show on whatever life is about. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Like last night, I was posting about manifestation. I said, oh, that's a great conversation for today. So that's why we're here. And on Mondays at 4 o'clock on the same channels, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, we are on with Regan Forrest, and we're going to have a guest on. And this woman on Monday, if it turns out, has been an attorney for a chief, a Native American chief, who has been in jail for 40 years for a crime he did not commit. It's going to be an interesting conversation, I think. And then I'm going to have to put myself on check with that wasp thing. Blessings to all. And I hope that you are, I'm asking for all that we have blessings to be. And I want to put a prayer out there for right now. And I go there quickly in the energy, so you'll have to excuse me here. I hold space and love for your grave. That Russia and all that stuff, I'm asking for love to come and the awareness of the impact that is going on. I'm asking for this trauma that is going on over there, that there is blessings and safety for those that are going through it. My prayer is for them, that all that are working for and walking forward with this, that the rightness of love comes out and healing happens for all. And that the people of Russia can have a voice and it is heard. And the people of the countries around have a voice and is heard. Whatever it is, let love be and healing be, and let this trauma stop now. I'm asking for healing on that. I'm asking for healing on this. Blessed be. I will see you next week. Bye now.